Good evening, welcome to the south of France for the meeting Miramas Metropole. It's a World Athletics Indoor Tour Silver event, and the indoor season really is in full swing now as we build up to both the European Athletics Indoor Championships in Apeldoorn and the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Nanjing, both taking place in March. So there are entry standards to chase, and it's also all about getting competition into the bodies of these athletes as they attempt to peak for the big medals in the coming months. I'm Richard Newman with you for the next 3 hours or so to guide you through the events, and there are some big names here tonight, but one of the first events is the women's high jump. And the athletes just being introduced to the crowd, which is building steadily. So Gunta and Tomia. This is Asia Tavernani. Elite Ngondo from Switzerland has a personal best of 190. And she will be one of the contenders to take the win here today. Zavashkan from Turkey has a personal best of 191. It's a national record. But the home favourite is Soline Gigel. 192, her lifetime best. 188 early this season. Left 188 in Astana on Saturday. So a couple of events getting started early in the session. We've got the high jump. We've also got the women's triple jump coming up. And just to let you know some of the big events coming up, we have the men's 60 metres first up on the track. That's not for another, well, half an hour or so. The heats followed by the final a little bit later on. Just a men's 60 metres competition today. 800 metres men as well. We've got the men's and women's 60 metres hurdles. And we'll finish tonight with the 3,000 metres, the men's 1,500. And then the two 60-metre hurdles finals. These athletes looking to get themselves in good shape for two major competitions coming in March. Just 4 or 5 weeks away now from Apeldoorn. There are entry standards to chase for some of these athletes. Looking forward later on to seeing the 1,500 metres, the men's 1,500. Pretty stacked. Spanish pair Adrian Ben and Mariano Garcia stepping up from the 800 metres. Both of those are or have been European champions. The men's 60 metres hurdles also looks pretty good tonight, and it features 4 of the last 5 European indoor champions. While the women's triple jump is very strong indeed. That is coming up a little later on. Anna Paletero Camporore competes with the world indoor silver medalist Leanis Perez and rising star Sharifa Gavronova. And here is the start list for the women's triple jump. A couple of big name Cubans in there, the Agnes Povea and Leanis Perez. Paletero, who's been in fantastic form over the past year after returning to the sport after the birth of her child. She missed the 2022 and 2023 World Championships. Looks in really good form now. So the athletes about to be introduced then for the women's triple jump. This is Mayoko Takashima. Season best you can see there of 13:37. Has jumped a lot further than that as Takashima. 13.83 her lifetime best. Waiting the introduction here is Takashima. Camera has been focused on her for a little while. Finally gets her big introduction. Clémence Rougier has an identical lifetime best to Takashima, 13.83. 13.24 her best so far this season. Still early days, of course, just a couple of weeks old. Aina Grisete of Lithuania, 14.08, one of the athletes who has jumped further than 14 meters. Watch out for Sharifa Davronova, just 18 years old, and she is already a double world junior champion in 2022 and last year as well. Competed at the Paris Olympics and the World Championships in 2023 at a very young age. Maria Sinay of Ukraine, 14.12 her lifetime best, 13.77 this season. Neja Filipic of Slovenia, also a long jumper, 7th at the Europeans last year, failed to reach the Olympic final in Paris, but has the second furthest jump of this year, 14.05. Diana Zyganova, 14.43 is her lifetime best. That's an outdoor mark. Léonis Guillaume, one of the French athletes, big reception for her. European bronze medalist from Rome last year, 27 years old, and now has a major medal. But no one has jumped further this year. Slightly out of order here. But no one this year has jumped further than Seni Salminen of Finland. Not quite up with the what's going on here at the moment, but Seni Salminen is in this lineup, the Finn, and she's left 14.07 this season. And she's being ignored here, but we've seen Ana Pelletiero as well be introduced to the crowd, and the Miss Povea of Cuba, as well as Lianis Perez. And Perez and Povea with the best in the field here. 14.98 for Perez. It was the second furthest jump of 2024 when she left that outdoors last year. 5th in Paris. A world indoor silver medalist as well from Glasgow last year at the World Indoors. Salminen was just having a few words with our director on the ground. Didn't quite get the introduction that she was after, but she's ready to go, is Salminen, and she leads the top lists so far this season. Very early days with the Europeans and the World Championships coming up in just a few months' time. So the athletes have already gone through all their warm-ups, and we'll get this competition underway with Mayoko Takashima of Japan. Reminder that the first event on the track is the heats of the men's 60 metres. Starts at around half an hour, just under that. The final to follow later this evening. Actually haven't got much time to recover. It's the men's A final. Goes off at 8:25 local time. Just double checking her run up. So the first to leap in this triple jump competition. One of the first events of this meeting. The Japanese athlete speeding down the runway. And she's had to abort. It's a false start to this competition. No mark for Takashima. Well, it is early season, and these athletes are just going through their processes and trying to settle into the campaign. Clémence Rougier. One of the French athletes in this lineup, hasn't slept further than 14 meters before. 13:24, her best so far this season. Rougier, second up. She's in the pit, waits to see if she gets the white flag. Rougier will be the first to land a mark with nothing to spare. Powerful run up. So she will be the early pace setter, Clémence Rougier. 13:58 then for Rougier. It's a significant season's best for her. Aina Kutsete is next up. Now she has jumped further than 40 meters in the past, not this season yet. So Lithuania gets her challenge underway. She's got the red flag. It's a significant foul actually for Kutsete. Just wanted to check back and see just how far it was. You can see she wasn't particularly happy with that attempt. Sharifa Davranova then. 14:09 is her lifetime best, but she is one to watch. She's just 18 years old. She is the double world junior champion from Uzbekistan. She's already making an impression on the global stage. Here she goes. She's got a great technique, really springy down the runway as the takeoff is executed, but is it a legal jump? It's not. So Davranova yet to find her range on the runway. Maria Sine of Ukraine. 13:77, her season's best so far. Here she is, the Ukrainian. looks for the white flag. Trained on that position, so unclear. She's well short of that board. So no issues in terms of Sinai registering a legal mark. It's 13.49. So she's in second place in these early stages. Neja Filipic of Slovenia is a multi-jumper, also competes over long jump, was 7th at the European Championships last year, but has the second furthest jump of the year. So she has started the season in decent form. As Filipic, 14.05. It's not far off the world lead, set by Seni Staminin. Just going through her processes. So Filipic with her first effort. She looks pretty happy with it. Until. The red flag is up. Confusion here because Filipic is still celebrating. I think actually it was for the athletes following her to wait their turn. So Filipic 13.81 for Filipic. She goes to the top of the standings. She's very happy with that. It's some way off her season's best. I do wonder whether she thought she might have jumped a little bit further than she did. Diana Zaiganova, another one of the Lithuanians competing here today, also was at the Paris Olympics. Wasn't able to reach the final. She's a former World University Games silver medalist as well from 2023. Zaiganova then. Well, that's some way over. She knew that straight away. Still went through the process. Zaiganova. She's getting wrong. Leonis Guillaume, 14.11, her lifetime best, yet to compete this season. This is the start of her season. The European bronze medalist looking to start 2025 in impressive fashion. Did she not get a mark on the board yet? So here in the background, the familiar music from the Paris Olympics, the medal ceremony music. Became a fixture of our summers last year, didn't it? Taking us back to the Paris Games. Aren't they spectacular, both the Olympics and Paralympics? Laying down a marker for LA in 2028. So here is the world leader, Seni Staminin, 14.07. It is the world lead. She was 7th at both the 2022 European Championships and the 2021 European Indoors. Staminin started in good form. Can she continue that here? And she looks in good rhythm. It's pretty close. Not quite on the mark yet for Staminin. Just a few issues to iron out ahead of her next attempt. Had her eyes trained on the distance markers just to the left of her there. One of the biggest names here tonight, Anna Palatiero. Lifetime best, of course, of 14.75. indoors, 1487 out. This is the start of her campaign, and she'll be an adopted French woman here, married, of course, to Benjamin. And the triple jumpers. And Pelletiero then, the Olympic bronze medalist from Tokyo and the European champion. It's the long levers, but not the ideal start yet for Pelletiero. Got a little bit frustrated, wasn't able to engage the crowd on that occasion for her first attempt. Pelletiero still competing under her maiden name, officially Pelletiero Campiore, married to the Frenchman Benjamin Campiore. Had a brilliant season last year, Pelletiero. Of course, she took some time away from the sport to start a family, took in great form. Now this is one of the big names here, one of the talented Cubans. Such an impressive lineup of triple jumpers, the Cubans in both the men's and the women's disciplines. Jumps in general. This is Miramas Porveia, fourth at the Paris Olympics, just missed out on a medal. She's come so close at both the last two Olympic Games, fourth in Paris, fifth in Tokyo. And she was unable to compete at the World Indoors last season despite qualifying, and here is Porveia psyching herself up, trying to get the crowd involved. The Cuban, what can she do here? Well, she left herself some room on the board, and that's going to be a massive lead, over 14 meters. Porveia, who is starting her season here, 14.50. That is the new world lead, and she's got plenty to play with there as well. Porveia lays down a marker to the rest of the world, with indoor meetings happening all across Europe and the United States. Porveia with a huge world lead. Do for Senni Salmonen's confidence. Just had that stripped away from her. Porveia's lifetime best is 14.81. Starting a season with a 14.50 isn't bad. Yanis Perez, the world indoor silver medalist from Glasgow last year. She was the second best in the world in 2024 as well. 14.98, so close to breaking that 15-meter barrier. Perez, who was fifth at the Paris Olympics. Also starting her season here. And she's not going to be too far off the mark set by Miramas Porveia. So 14.23 to open up her season. You know what she's capable of. 14.90 is her best indoors. Let's get a check on what's going on in the high jump. The bar at 188. This is Antonia. See at the moment, Antonia clearing 185. 3 athletes who have done so far. So Antonia, Gikel and Sebastian. Here is Sebastian. 188. To go clear. In her first attempt, Sebastian. 191 is her lifetime best, so she's not too far off, but the lifetime best in terms of the height that she's attempting now. Already approaching a point where these athletes are going to be tested. The same for Celine Gikel. She's already leapt 188 this season. She did that in Astana at the World Indoor Gold Meeting on Saturday. And she's clear again. So Gikel has started the season pretty impressively and consistently as well, and that is crucial. With just over a month to go until the European Championships. Gikel equals her season's best. 192 is her lifetime best, both indoors and out. The 30-year-old looking in good shape if she starts her season. I'm sure the consistency will please the coach. As we return to the triple jump competition, and a second attempt here for Ayana Grigsaite. Mayoko Takashima has got herself on the board with the 12.53. Of Lithuania. We are about 5 to 10 minutes away now from the first event on the track. Keep on checking in with what's going on in the field events, of course, as well. This is Grigsaite. Slight stutter on the run up that time. You can see that she's not overly happy with where her technique is at in the early stages. Get on the board though, 13.47 for Grigsaite, moves to 6th place at the moment. And the 14.50 world lead set by Polvea is still the mark to beat. Davronova then, the teenager. Potentially a rising star. Double world junior champion. Just going through the process, there's quite a lot starting to happen inside this stadium. The crowds are filling up. Davronova then, second attempt, didn't record a mark with her first. Looks like she will this time. Over 13.50. Sorted an element of her run-up. Still hitting the board legally, but again, still plenty to play with in terms of the distance. 13.57 then for Davronova. Back to the high jump. Blenka Antonia needs this final attempt at 188. It's quite a small field, this high jump, just 5 athletes. Antonia to keep her competition alive here. And she's unable to do so. So Antonia bows out of the competition. 185, her best. It's still her season's best. Would have been the high highest she's ever leapt in competition before. 187 is her PB. Sebastian also needs this. She is capable of jumping this height. 192, her lifetime best. What can Sebastian do here? Only Solène Gikel has clear 188. Sebastian to keep her competition alive. Almost just clips the bar with her heel on the way down. So Sebastian bows out with a 185. And that is the competition won then for Solène Gikel. Can she continue to build some confidence, raising the bar further? To return to the triple jump. And Liga Filipic currently sits in fourth place, 1381, her opening leap. She's a powerful runner, but she gave it a little bit too much there. Oversteps the board. She does look sprightly today though, Filipic. This goes back to check just how far over she was. So Gikel has already got the high jump competition won. She's started her season with 2 leaps of 188. 191 now, the bar has been raised to. Her lifetime best is 192. Checking on the height here. I wonder whether, because Gikel is feeling pretty good, whether they're going to raise it a little bit higher. Just double checking. It's 191 the bar height. It's maybe a little bit uneven. The official is involved in a bit of a debate here. It does maybe slightly look like it's not quite the same height, both sides. Still passing the test here. This won't help Gikel. He's already gone through her processes to get ready for this leap. This gentleman will have a look on the other side. And it's not quite passing. Shake of the head from this gentleman. And so we'll have to make a slight adjustment here. So for now, we'll go back to the triple jump and Guillaume. The European bronze medalist will, at least it would seem, get a jump on the board here. Not happy with it though, shake of the head as she exits the pit. It's quite far over on her opening attempt, so she has at least sorted out her approach in terms of managing to get a legal jump in, but we know that she is capable of going well clear of 14 meters, the European bronze medalist. 13.72 then for Guillaume. That puts her in 5th place for now. Gikel then, 191. The issues have been sorted. Everything is fixed. This will be just 1 centimetre short of her lifetime best if she can achieve it. And she'll need another 2 attempts. She'll be feeling pretty good about the way that she started her season so far. 2 jumps of 188, not far off her lifetime best, and the fact she's done it twice in the space of 6 days will give her much satisfaction. See the backgrounds that the sprinters, the men's sprinters, are starting to get ready for the heats of the 60 metres. Here's Anna Palatiero then. The European champion from Rome last year. Also won world indoor bronze in Glasgow near at the start of the year. Unable to record a mark in her first attempt. This is the start of her season, so she's ironing out a few issues. Anna Palatiero trying to get the crowd involved again. She was a bit frustrated last time when they didn't get behind her. And here she goes then, Palatiero. Builds the power into her run-up. Hasn't quite got things right yet. A little slip, I think Palatiero is saying there. But at least she's got that approach sorted at least. So she's now hitting her mark. But a little slip off that third jump there. Didn't quite get the execution that she wanted. But 13.18, she is on the board. At least she can go into her next jump now with confidence. She's sorted out the run-up. You can see the pole vaulters getting ready as well. Miramas Povea full of beans tonight. And why wouldn't she be? She's already got the world lead of 14.50. It's way further than anyone else has jumped so far this season. What can she do here? Gosh, she looks in great shape, and I think she's gone further again. And look how much space she's got. It was the same with her first attempt as well. So any improvement then on 14.50? $14.57 it is for Povea. She really is laying down a marker here, the Cuban. And Leanis Perez, who has the more decorated CV, will be trying to better that here. 14.23 to open up her season. The world indoor silver medalist from Glasgow has the pedigree to go even further than Povea. There's that stutter and then the power builds. Oh, and that's going to be close. Such a different technique from Povea. Povea so springy. Perez with the power. She's got a bit of space to play with here as well. It's going to be better than her opening leap, and it's not too far off of Povea, you would think. Starts to put the pressure on. 14.50. Developing into a really interesting battle between these two Cubans, and you can bet that Palatiero wants to get involved as well. So the first of our events on the track, and the men's 60 meter.
Au couloir 3, champion du Japon 2024, un record à 6,61, Akinashi Yasuki. Au couloir 4, Reynaldo Espinosa, Cuba. Au couloir 5, on l'a vu briller la semaine dernière au meeting de Nantes qu'il a rapporté en réalisé 6 secondes et 61 centièmes. Mamadou Falsa, Sénégal. Couloir 6, un record à 6,64, champion de France, espoir en salle en 2021-2022, Émeric Priam. Couloir 7, de la clame, un record à 6,68.
This is Paul Lada of France, the quickest in this field in the first of the heats. Here's Mamadou Falsa. So Jeremy Leroux will go in lane 2. Yoshiki Kinashi in 3. Ronaldo Espinosa in 4. Mamadou Falsa in lane 5 in the red. And here's the quickest so far this season, along with Kinashi. Aymeric Priam in 6. Paul Lada in 7. And Hachim Marufu in lane 8. First heat then of the men's 60 metres, with the final to come a little later on. It will be based on the quickest athletes across these heats. It's a false start though. So to wait a little bit longer to get the track events underway after the triple jump and the high jump competitions, and we have to wait a little bit longer till we see a full race. And who was it that was first to go here, first to twitch? I think it was Jeremy Leroux on the far side, who just left himself in the blocks as well. Leroux, who has a 6:69 as his lifetime best, 6:80 so far this season. Told that it was his error, but he will race on. So they'll reset. Leroux then in 2, the guilty party for the false starts. Kinashi in 3 of Japan, Espinosa in 4, Saar in 5, Priam in 6, Lada in 7, and Marufu in 8 will be the last to settle into his blocks. To get away this time, Saar has a bit of work to do. Look at Kinashi bursting out and Saar now recovering. 6:62 is the winning time. Kinashi was so quick out there. Looks like he is taking the win in the first heat, but Saar recovered well. These two open strongly. Kinashi with a PB of 6:61. It's just been rounded down, so he's equalled his lifetime best. Saar in 6:62, and that is only just outside of his own lifetime best as well. And given that Saar started pretty slowly there, he's got more to give. Espinosa coming in for 3rd. 6:74. So these are the results of the opening heat. Kinashi 6:61. That's the time to beat. There are 4 heats, and the best times will go through to the final. There will be a B final as well. Back to Celine Guequel in the high jump. And 3 failures then at 191. So Guequel will bow out still as the winner of this competition. 188 equals her season's best that she achieved in Astana last weekend, and plenty to build on for Guequel, who looks in a pretty confident mood in the early stages of her season. Confirmation then of the results. Celine Guequel with 188, equaling that season's best. Blanca Antonia in second, 185, which is the same that Bruce Sebastian also managed. He's going to check on how things are going in the women's triple jump competition, which is settling into a very good competition indeed. This is Sine. Corvea currently leading the way, 14:57, the world leading mark. Perez in 14:50, which again is some way off of what was the world lead set by Seni Salmadin, who's also competing in this competition. It's 14:07 coming into tonight. It's been absolutely smashed. Looking for an improvement on 14:93. Not sure she's going to get it. Somewhere in between those 2 opening jumps for Sine. And, it will be a red flag shown to Sine here, so no mark on this occasion for her. Just slightly overstepping the plasticine. Heat 2 then of the men's 60 metres. Quickest here. Here's Samuele Ceccarelli. Sidekick for a little while. Ceccarelli. Let's introduce you to the athletes in Heat 2 then. Gail Delermoni. 6:79, his lifetime best set already this season. Franco Florio of Argentina is also in the best shape of his life, 6:67. And then there's Ceccarelli, the reigning European indoor champion. 6:47 is his lifetime best, but he's not managed to go quicker than 6:71 in the early stage of the season so far. Jeff Edius has run 6:61 this season so far. He can run a little bit quicker than that, 6:58, his lifetime best. Iskak Ekbo of the Netherlands, 6:74. It's the best that he's managed so far. And Hassan Taftian, 6:51 is his PB, but he's yet to run this season. So this is the start of his campaign. Long, long season ahead with the World Championships to come in Tokyo in September as well. But what sort of shape can Ceccarelli show that he's in? Ran at 6:71 on the 18th of January. Ceccarelli. The athlete's just been told to wait a bit here. It's just after they've all been introduced to the crowd, there's a little bit of a hold up here. Now they'll get themselves settled. The triple jumpers will just have to wait a few moments to continue their competition. Officials going through their final checks. Well, Ceccarelli, 25 years old, famously, of course, switched from karate as a teenager. Actually, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer here because Guillaume is about to go in the women's triple jump. 13.72 is her best so far. She's psyching herself up, but hasn't quite hit the marks that we know that she's capable of yet, the European bronze medalist. And this is going to be a big foul for Guillaume. So still some issues to iron out. Felt like she got that sorted in her second attempt, and she's just overdone it on the third. So the crowd will be able to settle back down again now then for this second heat of the men's 60 metres. I think the triple jump competition may just continue for a bit because the men aren't quite ready to go here. So Seni Salminen, I think, is going to be next up on the runway on the triple jump competition. Led the way in terms of the world lead, 14.07 coming into tonight. It's already been absolutely obliterated by the two Cubans, Pavea and Perez. And you can see her now going, Salminen. That's pretty good if she gets the all clear. Also now getting the introductions for the men's pole vault. The charts of the USA. This is Emic, one of the French athletes. The favourite on paper at least. He's probably Valentine Leveligny. Get a big cheer when he is introduced to the crowd, but Claudio Sticci is introduced. This is Trey Oates. Did compete in the Olympic trials. Was unable to record a mark on that occasion. Keaton Daniel is one to watch. The NCAA outdoor and indoor champion from last year. And here is the big name in this field. Valentin Leveligny. Himself a European indoor silver medalist. 4th at the World Indoors in 2022. Always been in the shadow of the former world record holder and Olympic champion Renaud, of course, his brother. Still going strong at the age of 33. 5:36 is his best so far this season, though. It's posted a couple of weeks ago now. He has gone 5:85 as his lifetime best in the past. That was in 2022. It's been a long, long wait for the second heat of the men's 60 metres. We are ready to go now. So in lane 2, Delormini, Florio is in 3, Ceccarelli in 4, Arias in 5, Ekpo in 6, and Taftian in lane 7. Ceccarelli looking to improve on that season's best of 6:71, the reigning indoor champion for Europe. So they get away cleanly, and Ceccarelli has made a fairly strong start. But watch Arias on the outside of him. It's going to be Arias that takes it in 6:66. A little bit sluggish from Ceccarelli. Well, Arias has a lifetime best of 6:58, and he looks pretty good here, the Frenchman. So that is the winner here of the second heat. It's not the quickest though so far. Remember, all the fastest times will be the ones that go through to the final. And Ceccarelli's come in here with the form to find ahead of his defence of the European title in just a month's time. 6:73 for the Italian. So some way off his best, and also a little bit off his season's best so far as well. But it was a powerful run to the line from Arias. Remember, there are 5 heats, and the best times will advance through to the final a little bit later on. Confirmation of those results then. 6:66 the win for Jeff Arias. Franco Florio of Argentina with 6:73, equaling the mark of Samuele Ceccarelli, but just ahead on the photo finish. So let's return to the triple jump, and Povea has... I'm not sure she's actually had her third attempt yet. This is Perez. Perez, who was, of course, the world indoor silver medalist from last year, the world bronze medalist from Budapest as well, just stepping off of the runway here. She's just about ready to go, but there's going to be a bit of a delay here. There's a bit of a hold up then for the triple jump competition, while a couple of presentations take place on the side of the track. Crowd building nicely on this Friday night. Miramas, which is about 45 minutes or so away from Marseille. And the straights in particular filling up nicely. Really a seat free on the near side here, which is the home straight. So a bit of a delay, and the men are for the 60 metres are also just getting themselves settled for heat 3. We'll return to that shortly, where the great Jimmy Vika will be trying to make the final. We'll get a massive cheer, always a crowd favourite. European Indoor Championships then taking place between the 6th and the 9th of March in Apeldoorn in the Netherlands. The World Indoors follow just a couple of weeks later in Nanjing in China. Because of the delays and COVID, it's we're going 3 straight World Indoor Championships. Glasgow last year, Nanjing this year, head to Poland next year in Turin. Still deciding whether they want to compete at those championships in the indoors or concentrate a little bit further on with Grand Slam track, of course, which is a new addition this season. It also starts in April, so it's useful warm-ups as well. These indoor competitions, everyone's focused on their own goals, and it's a big year with a World Championships coming up as well in Tokyo in September. So a little bit of a hold up then in the triple jump, but now ready to resume. And Perez, who has now the second best leap of this year, 14:50, behind her Cuban teammate Povea. Gets herself back into the zone. Really really trying to G the crowd up. 14.57 is the best set so far by Porvea, a fellow Cuban. Perez has the greater honours in her career so far. Only one athlete jumped further than Perez last season. And that is very close again to Porvea's leap. It's creeping closer. It's not going to be far off. Pretty consistent from Perez in the last two jumps. Actually following a very similar pattern to Porvea, who jumped 14.50 and then improved to 14.57. 14.52, it's a slight improvement then for Perez. She is inching closer to Porvea. Really interesting battle developing. Pelletiero is also just about ready to go for her third attempt. As we look at the start list for the third heat of the men's 60 metres, and Jimmy Vico will go in this one. This is Ertan Özkan of Turkey. Has a lifetime best of 6.65 achieved this season. Enjoying himself, the music. He's going to be going in lane 3. Wrapped up the music and volume inside this arena. We saw Jeff Arias win the last heat. The Olympian who competed at the relays in Paris. Just 4 men, it looks like, in this one. It's due to be 6 strong heats, but dropped down significantly. Wasn't waiting for the cheerleaders to finish off their routine. Okay, just about ready to go then. So Ertan Özkan of Turkey will be going in lane 3. A bit tricky for him because he's got a lane empty either side of him. There he is. Özkan, 6.65 achieved this season. You can see that Aveka and Hilton either side of Özkan are not starting this race. So we'll skip a lane and move over to Jimmy Vico, 32 years old now. Listen to the ovation that Vico will receive. The 2013 European Indoor Champion, Olympic bronze medalist from the relays at London 2012, world silver. He was a former European silver medalist as well, over 100 metres in 2012. David Morgan Harrison of Great Britain will go in lane 6. And then Carlos Nascimento of Portugal will go in 7 in the iconic colours of Sporting Club de Lisbon. Vico is starting his season here. Hasn't recorded a 60-metre race result, Vico, since 2022. Özkan then in 3, Vico in 5, Morgan Harrison in 6, and Nascimento in 7. Remember, the quickest times will go through to the final, and 6.61 is the best so far. They get away cleanly then. It's a really good start from Özkan. He's getting into his running, but watch Nascimento on this near side as well. Özkan takes it in 6.73, not particularly quick. He struggled to make much of an impact on those making their way through to the final. Straight away is into some autograph signing. The kids who've gathered next to the crash mat. Jimmy Vico in the end, 680 for him. So he'll race again later in one of the finals. And still Yoshiki Kinashi's 661, which leads the way so far. Vico just signing a few autographs of his own. 2 more heats of the men's 60 metres to come, and then we'll find out who our finalists will be. It's a fairly distinguished CV, doesn't he, Jimmy Vico? It's been rounded to 680 for the Frenchman, Tan Ozcan. The winner in 673. Those little cues will mean that they will race again later on. Just need to determine whether it will be the A or the B final a little later on. So Anna Palatiero has had to wait a little bit whilst that race was ongoing. Hasn't got into her stride yet in this competition. 13:58. Remember, this is the first event of her season as well. Was in such brilliant form in 2024.
Et le 4e essai dans le concours du triple saut pour l'Espagnole Ana Pelletero.
Shooting alley to the crowd, trying to get them on side. She's aborted this one as well. Not quite going to plan so far for Palatiero. She started in a fairly jovial mood, but when it gets a little bit further on in the competition and things just aren't clicking yet, that's when it starts to play on your mind a little bit more. The European champion hasn't quite found her rhythm yet. What about Guillaume, the European bronze medalist, and the best season of her life last season? It's going to be another foul for Guillaume, some way over the board. 13.72 is her best so far, and she's not going to improve on that here. So things aren't quite clicking for Guillaume yet either. These are the events, though, where you iron out a few errors. You try and get yourself into a bit of form with the big competitions coming up. It's time to try a few new things as well. Some adaptations that you're making in training and put them into competition. Just getting ready for heat 4 of the men's 60 metres. Magda Marcel Diagne of France will go in lane 2. Busier is this race. Ippei Takeda of Japan, 666. His lifetime best set this month. Arthur Cisse, 653. Cisse's lifetime best. Twice an Olympian, African silver medalist as well from 2018 over 100 metres. Rokoy Brathwaite has 661 this season, can run faster than that, 652 his lifetime best. Reached the semi-finals of the 100 metres at the Paris Olympics. Javi Mo Ajok has been around as well, especially the relay team for the Netherlands. 669 is his season's best. Lifetime best actually set this year. And Aliou Joff will go in lane 7. So focusing attention, I guess, on Cisse and Brathwaite. Brathwaite, who didn't have the ideal race actually in Belgrade, one of the World Athletics indoor gold events on Wednesday. He came 7th in that race. Arthur Cisse on the right side of your screen there. It's a pretty impressive CV, lots of continental relay medals as well. Been to a couple of Olympic Games, 28 years old. Still at the kind of age where you can really start to peak and post some big times. Diagne in 2, Takeda in 3, Cisse in 4, Brathwaite 5, Moa Juk in 6, and Youth in 7. 6:61, remember, is the best time so far. Brathwaite with a little twitch, so they'll stand up again. There's quite a bit of noise inside the arena. Shout out from someone in the crowd. The meeting record here is 6:52. That was set by Ferdinando Mongala last year. The world leads this season set by JC Stevenson, 6:50. So the reset. Through the lineup one more time for you. Diagne in 2, Takeda 3, Cisse 4, Brathwaite 5, Moa Juk in 6, Youth in 7. As the crowd are asked to lower their voices this time and hope to get away cleanly. Penultimate heat of the men's 60 metres. Away they go then, and Cisse's made a pretty good start here, and he's going to win it in a time of 6:64. Arthur Cisse had complete control of that race. It feels like he could have gone a little bit quicker. A slight grimace as well from the Ivorian. A bit of a concern, he's just having a feel of the hamstring there, Cisse. And we saw a little bit of discomfort on his face. Have a look at this again. Cisse left this box a little bit. Well, once he got into his running, he took full control and taking the win ahead of Takeda, 6:72 for the Japanese sprinter. Moa Juk was in 3rd place, just overtook Brathwaite. 6:78, so they'll all race again. It's a bit of a concern though for Cisse. You could see there as he tried to slow up. And we'll see if he returns a little bit later on. In the end, actually, that is the last of the heats. So we'll round up the results from this one. Arthur Cisse winning that one in 6:64, and we'll see if he returns later for the final. The final only in, well, another 20-25 minutes or so. Pavea, the leader, 14:57, best in the world this year so far. And just aborts this one. Gave it a lot on that run up, Pavea, but pulls out of her 4th attempt. Next up, we'll have the heats of the women's 60 metres hurdles. You'll see the hurdles being put in place. Rougier of France sits in 7th place, 13:58, so Cisse's best for her. This is her 4th attempt. And she Starting to pull out this one as well. A little bit over the board there. Rougier. While we've been away, Seni Salmonen, who, as you mentioned, came into this event tonight as the world lead with a leap of just over 40 metres. She has improved to 13.95, so she sits in third place at the moment, just ahead of Maria Sine of Ukraine. Purveyor, 14.57, leading the way, ahead of Perez, her Cuban teammate. Has the mark of 14.52. Those are the only two athletes who've jumped further than 40 metres so far today. But Guillaume is capable of joining them. He just hasn't got that run-up sorted today so far. A pretty good year last year. Started with 8th place at the World Indoors. And then a bronze medal at the European Championships in Rome. Finished 12th at the Paris Olympics as well. Guillaume just with a few technical issues just to try and iron out here. Tell you that over in the pole vault competition, it is underway. The bar at 5:23 at the moment. So it's been raised to 5:38. Deplay, Richarch and Stecchi have all cleared that height. Valentin Laverdini hasn't managed to do so far. A scream from Guillaume to get herself in the mood and get the crowd behind her as well, then the crowd will respond. $13.72 then, her best so far. It might be a little bit of an improvement perhaps. Again, it's very much one way or the other at the moment for Guillaume. Absolutely no issue with the legality of that jump. While we've been away, by the way, Anna Pelletero had improved to 13.90. This is Flipic, still no mark coming up for Guillaume. I don't know what that is when we get to it. Flipic, who started the competition fairly well, I was pretty happy with how she started with the 13.81, her best so far.
C'est rectifié. Au deuxième saut, lui qui détient le record du meeting avec 9,75 m et qui continuera dans ce concours 2025. Le drapeau blanc est levé pour
just waiting for the go-ahead here. Guillaume's mark still not coming up on our scores. There she is in the background, the French athlete. This is now the 5th round of competition.
L'Américain qui possède un record à 5,82 m. Le drapeau blanc est levé pour Keaton Daniel. s'amuse également dans les airs. Il franchit 5 mètres 38 et 5 mètres 38 demandés. Mais sur une belle série dans ce concours de
Guillaume's last leap is yet to come up on our system here. So we might leave that just for a moment and we'll focus in just a second or two on the first heat of the women's 60-metre hurdles. Merit Van Gardner has pulled out of this one, so she will not be racing. One athlete has run quicker than two athletes have gone quicker than 8 seconds this season. Pauline Lett of France. This is one of the sub-8 seconds athletes. Ida Bita Bon. 7.99, just skipping below 8 seconds for the first time. Solène Compère, who just missed out on the World Indoor Final last year. Season's best is 7.99, 7.96 her lifetime best. Lotta Halala of Finland goes in 5.809, her season's best so far. Very close to going 8 seconds, under 8 seconds. That is exactly 8 seconds dead her lifetime best. And Melissa Van Fatta of France in lane 7. Again, the quickest athletes would advance through to the final from the 3 heats that we have coming up. Lett in 2, Beterbom in 3, Compère in 4, Harala in 5, and then Fata in lane 7. First of the hurdle events in the men's and women's finals of the 60-metre hurdles will bring a close to the action in a couple of hours' time. They get away then, first time. A little bit of a wobble there from Compère. But Beterbom really got into her running and she takes the win, 8.19. A bit discombobulating, isn't it, starting from the front on and not quite knowing where they're all at. But there was a couple of wobbles actually from Compère at the start of that race. Pauline Lett has taken second spot in 8.28, Compère in 8.34. Let's have a look at this again. It was a good start on that far side from Harala, but she's clipped a couple of hurdles in the opening stage. You can see that big clatter and really knocked off of her rhythm, had to check her stride. Pretty clean though from Beterbom, technically not perfect from Compère on her right. But this is how it finished, 8.18 then, the winning time for Ida Beterbom of Denmark. Back to the triple jump then. We are into the closing stages of this competition. Penultimate round, and Leanis Perez looking to improve on her mark of 14.52 and try and overtake her fellow Cuban Povea, who leads the way with 14.57. Not going to be an improvement for Perez. It's her penultimate leap. She'll stay where she is, 14.52, her best so far. didn't look too sure of herself at the start of this in terms of her run-up. Not quite the sort of Perez that we are used to seeing. The last few rounds, it's a lot more like herself. That one a little bit tentative. 14-12 for that effort. So can Leorakmis Polvea improve on that world leading mark of 14.57?
Elle est en tête de ce concours avec 14,57 m et elle a envie de plus. On va l'accompagner tous ensemble.
Consistency from Polvea when she has managed to land a jump. She looks like she can absolutely fly if she can execute that run up so fast down the track. Very springy as well as Polvea. Just had to withdraw. She wasn't happy with the first stage of her jumping there. Polvea. Start list then for the second of the women's 60 metres hurdles heats. Megan Granson of France will go in lane 2. 8:22 at her best. Just in the background, the pole vault is ongoing. Maybe update with that and the next focus on it. So Granson in lane 2, Jyoti Yaraji of India will go in lane 3. 8:04 is her lifetime best set this season. Laetitia Bate is the best on paper, 7:90 her lifetime best and 7:94 this season, the Paris Olympian. Yumi Tanaka of Japan will go in lane 5. 8:05 is her best. Lovise Andresen of Norway in 6. And Ocean Boujou in lane 7. Bapte has come close to a major medal in the past. She was the second quickest through to the final of the 60 metres at the European Indoors in 2023. Ended up having to settle for 5th place on that occasion. She was at the Paris Olympics as well. Theory she should cruise through to the final, but this is a technical discipline, of course, and everything can go wrong just with one clip of a hurdle. Granson in 2, Yaraji in 3, Bapte 4, Tanaka 5, Andresen in 6, and Boujou in 7. A little bit of noise again, but they are away first time. Bapte has made a good start, and Bapte will take the lead. Just needs to settle through. But look at Tanaka just on the outside of her. Has to dip for the line, Bapte. 8:02. A lot quicker than the opening heat. She had to work a little bit harder than maybe she was hoping for, Bapte. Just outside. In fact, it's equalled the meeting record. It's been rounded down that time. So Bapte has equalled the meet record set by Amber Hughes last year. 8:01. The world lead is at 7:78 this season. The European lead 7:86, set by Nadine Visser in Belgrade earlier this week. just clipped the penultimate, or third from last hurdle, didn't she? And it did allow Tanaka, almost her arm striking Tanaka accidentally there, just missing out on the Japanese athlete. Here's the confirmation then of those results. Pate taking the win just ahead of Tanaka. And these athletes will race again later on. The A and B finals. White, a long way behind in the schedule here. Some 15 minutes or so actually on the track. This is Guillaume with her final attempt in the triple jump. She ended with a foul, so her best in the end, 13.90. We're waiting for a long time for that score to come up. Last attempts then for Sine of Ukraine. Managed 13.93 as her best so far. I'm sure that's going to be an improvement. After this competition has ended, they'll switch attention to the men's long jump instead. That's coming up in around 15 minutes time or so. Sini Salminen. She's had that world lead stripped away from her by the two Cubans and yet to go further than 40 meters in this competition. Palatero, by the way, she ended with her best of 13.58, then she fouled the next two and neglected to take her sixth. So Palatero not starting her season quite the way she'd like to, the European champion. Salminen with her final attempt then, looking to move ahead of 14 meters. And has to abort. Take your heart in your mouth a little bit when they abort and look a little bit awkward on the recovery. Looks like she's okay though. This is the start this then for heat 3 of the women's 60-meter hurdles, and the fastest by some distance in this field is Aliyah Armstrong of the USA. And we'll get to her in just a moment. Naomi Akakpo in lane 2, 8:40 is her lifetime best. Veronica Bassana of Italy, 8:17 this season. There is Aliyah Armstrong, 7:81 is her lifetime best. Hasn't dipped below 8 seconds this season yet though. Looking to work her way onto the team for the World Indoors. Sasha Alessandrini of France, 8:02 is her lifetime best, not far off that this season, 8:05. Daphne Georgiou, 8:19, her best this year so far. And Faustine Boyer in lane 7. Well, Aliyah Armstrong, who missed out on the Olympics, but shortly after becoming the NCAA champion in 2022, she just missed out on a medal at the World Championships in Eugene. 4th place in the 100-meter hurdles. Armstrong looking to make the team for the World Indoors. 7:94 is the entry standard for the World Indoors. So 8 seconds for the Europeans involved in this race. None of them would dip below that in their lifetime. What can Armstrong do here is try and lay down a marker. Away they go first time. It's a good start from Armstrong, and she'll get into her running now, but being challenged just on the outside of her by Alessandrini. It's a quick one, 8 seconds meeting record. We'll see if that's rounded down or up. But I don't think Armstrong wanted to work quite so hard with the final coming up in around an hour's time or so. But it is a new meeting record, and she's taken over the joint record, which was set in the last one actually, and Amber Hughes well last year. But Leah Armstrong through in 8 seconds flat. Sasha Alessandrini though with a lifetime best of 8:02, getting closer to dipping underneath 8 seconds. I wonder whether she can do that in the final and try and put herself in contention to make the Europeans. Great run from Alessandrini. Armstrong didn't look like she was really moving out of second or third gear there. Just worked a little bit harder off the final hurdle just to make sure that she did take the victory. There's confirmation of the results then. New meeting record, Leah Armstrong, 8 seconds flat. Sasha Alessandrini in second spot with a lifetime best, and then Veronica Hasana a little further back from that. Results then of the women's triple jump final, and Liadakmis Povea setting a new world lead of 14:57, absolutely obliterating the previous mark set by Seni Salmonen and putting herself in a fantastic position to go on for a good season. It is short of the World Championships entry standard, which is set at 14:60, and none of the Europeans hit the European mark, which was 14:35. But a decent way for Povea to open her season. Certainly will just send a message to the rest of the world. Povea taking the win just ahead of fellow Cuban Leanis Perez and Seni Salmonen of Finland in third place. So let's check in then on the pole vault, where we haven't been yet today. The bar is at 5:53. This is Robin Emig, who failed with his first attempts. 3 are clear: Claudio Stecchi, Trey Oates and Keaton Daniel. To be from Emig. Great catch though. One more attempt for the Frenchman. As the European under-23 silver medalist is Emig. Has a personal best of 5:75 indoors, so 5:53 should be pretty easy for Emig really. He is under pressure now. Valentin Lavillenie has failed with his first attempt at 5:53. Needed 2 goes to go clear of 5:38. Here he is looking to join Stecchi, Oates and Daniel in clearing this height. Villani, the European indoor silver medalist from 2021, with the famous surname. And he is clear this time. So 4 men are at 5:53, and it means a lot to Villani. That is a season's best for him as well. Frenchman. Stetchi, Oates, Daniel, and now Lavillenie all clear at 5:53. Next event on the track will be the men's 60 metres A and B finals. The B will come first. We are a little bit behind in the schedule, around 15 minutes or so. It was due to go off about 15 minutes ago, the B final. You can see that the hurdles have been cleared away. There needs to be sufficient recovery time for these athletes as well. A lot to come as well out on the track. After the 60 metres, we'll go for the full circuit. We'll start to see that in action for the first time. The 800 metres men's race to come. And we've got a women's 3,000 metres a little bit later on as well. And the men's 1500s, which looks like a pretty stacked race. Tristan Deplay, 5:53. He needs this. 2 failures so far. And he will bow out of the competition with Deplay. He's a little bit miffed about it as well. He was going for a height that he knows he can manage, and he has done this season as well. 5:57, his best this year. He couldn't clear 5:53. So the B final for the men's 60 metres, you can see in the background, they're just getting ready to go in that one. Jimmy Vico among the athletes that will be in that one. So will Ricoy Brathwaite. Nate Richards. His final attempt at 5:53. He's not been clear of this season yet. Oh, and almost just needed a little bit of help from the bar at the top there. Didn't get it. Throws his arms up in the air and says, that'll be me done for today. So the American bows out with a 5:38. This is the start list then for the B final of the men's 60 metres. Carlos Nascimento has withdrawn from this race. And let's have a look again. They haven't had much recovery time here. Xavi Moajuk of the Netherlands will go in lane 1. And Jimmy Vico in lane 2, looking to improve on that 680 that he raced in the heats. Lane 3's empty. Skip over to lane 4, Paul Lada. Ronaldo Espinosa in lane 5. Ricoy Brathwaite would have hoped to have reached the A final, would have been one of the favourites to get there. So we'll try and at least lay down the marker here. David Morgan Harrison in 7 for Great Britain, and Hassan Taftian in lane 8. So in theory, the quickest in this field is Jimmy Vico. He has the best time on paper, 6:48 from some time ago though. And he's not been racing indoors for the last few seasons. So watch out as well for Ricoy Brathwaite if he can return to some kind of form in lane 6. B final then of the men's 60 metres. Mo Ajak in 1, Vico in 2, Ladar in 4, Espinosa 5, and Taftian in lane 8. So they get away cleanly. It's a good start from Branthwaite on this near side, right in the middle there, and it's just dipped on the line. There might have been Ladar. 6:75 is the winning time. But all bunched up a little bit in the closing stages. Vico was in the mix there as well. And was it Ladar who just dipped for the victory? Vico waiting anxiously to find out as well. Ladar gets the win, 6:76. The victory given to the Frenchman. Jimmy Vico gets second place, just behind Ladar, 6:77. A season's best then for Vico, was better than his first race at least. This is the season opener. And Rico Branthwaite ended up settling for third spot, 6:77. We'll look at this again. It was Branthwaite who was in the lead at this point. Then Ladar got into his running and just got the dip right, just ahead of Vico, who's finishing strongly. Vico, like if that was over 100 meters, Vico may have taken the win because he got into his running quite late there. Victory then for Paul Ladar, 6:76, just ahead of Jimmy Vico from those three. Next event in the field events at least is the men's long jump. 10 athletes lining up for this one. Let's introduce you to them. Bastien Cadio. Maxime Lepellier has a lifetime best of 7:75. 7:55 his best this season. Samuel Kogali of Great Britain, opening up his season. Henrik Flatnes has a lifetime best of 7:96, just knocking on the door of something above 8 meters. Mukul Sander enjoying himself in the build-up. 7:91 his lifetime best. Jason Smith of the USA, the first of the athletes we're being introduced to who has leapt further than 8 meters. 8:13 his best, 7:72 this season. Gerson Baude of Portugal competed at the European Championships last year. He has gone further than 8 meters this season, one of only 2 in the field who has done 8 meters 11. Xu Heng of China, 8:18 his lifetime best. Sean D. Thompson was 4th at the Commonwealth Games in 2022, the Jamaican. And probably the favourite here is Bazidor Staroboykov. Just 20 years old, the multiple discipline jumper. He was a World Junior silver medalist in the high jump, and then got European silvers in long jump and the triple jump in 2023. But had specialised in long jump over the last season. Was 6th at the European Championships in Rome. 4th at the European Indoors in 2023. So Staroboykov, who is making his way in the sport, probably goes off just about as the favourites. We go back to the pole vault, and another one of the young athletes who might be one to watch, the 2024 indoor and outdoor NCAA champion is Keaton Daniel. At 5:63, has to abort. Well, he went 580 indoors last season and 582 outside. 565 this season is his best, but he is one to watch, the 23-year-old. This is the start list then for the A final of the men's 60 metres. And the Arthur Cisse does not start. Did wonder. Looked to pull up with a little bit of an injury in the heats. So Cisse, unfortunately, will not be competing. Franco Florio in lane 1. Ippo Takeda in lane 2 of Japan, one of 2 Japanese athletes in this race. Lane 3 is empty, so we'll skip ahead to Mamadou Fall Sarr of Senegal. Looks like one of the form athletes. So Sarr, so does Yoshiki Kinashi, won his heat in 6:61. Jeff Arias also looked pretty good. Atan Ozcan won his heat, and he'll go in lane 7. And Samuele Ceccarelli, a little bit fortunate to have snuck into this final with his time from the heats, but has a second chance here to try and reignite his evening. So Ceccarelli, the European indoor champion, will go in lane 8. Watch out for Arias, Kinashi and Sarr, especially in lanes 4, 5 and 6. Should be a good race. Florio 1, Takeda 2, Sarr 4, Kinashi 5, Arias 6, Ozcan 7 and Ceccarelli in 8. Away cleanly then. It's a good start from Kinashi. Kinashi and Sarr. Watch Ozcan as well, but it's going to be Sarr in 6:54. That was a lot quicker. Really good win from Mamadou Fall Sarr. And it is a lifetime best as well for the Senegalese athlete. By some distance as well. 6:61 he came into this event with as his lifetime best, but now 6:54. It's a national record as well for Mamadou Fall Sarr. What an evening's work it is for that man. He's getting the congratulations as well from his fellow athletes who look really happy for him. Great to see. And that's final 20-30 metres. He looks so in control. Look at how relaxed he is. Brilliant win for Mamadou Fall Sarr. And confirmation of those results. Mamadou Fall Sarr, 6:54 the winner. Another lifetime best for Yoshiki Kinashi. He's also had a fantastic evening. 6:60 for him to get second, and Atan Ozcan 6:63 for third, as we see Daniel go clear at 5:63. Well, the Americans have real depth in the pole vault. Keaton Daniel is looking to be the disruptor this season. The likes of Sam Kendricks, we know all about him. There's a lot of hype around Daniel for his success in the NCAAs. Levelini failed with his first attempt at 5:63, and again with his second. So the pressure on the Frenchman again to deliver. Well, Mamadou Fall Sarr's victory is just inside the World Championships entry standard as well. So Mamadou Fall Sarr looks like he could be on his way to Nanjing for Senegal. 6:55 is the entry standard for the World Indoors. He got 6:54, and it's put him inside the top 10 this season as well. So decent night's work for Mamadou Falsar, who of course also got a national record with that victory. You see the hurdles being set up once again, because we'll be turning our attention next to the men's heats of the 60-meter hurdles. And again, this is an event which is really strong today. They've assembled a brilliant field, the organisers here. A little bit behind schedule, should have got underway already, but no sign of the athletes yet. First of all, though, the men's 800 metres and the B final first of all. All ready to go. Through the lineup. There's Monin. There's Payon. Almost an all-French final, this one. Fastest in this race, Clément Payon. Just got a glimpse of there, 1:48.47 for him. Of Taki. Theo Demere. This is Mathis Rion. So this is the B final. Some of the athletes looking to break into the top level of the sport. Main contenders are still to come. Watch out for Clément Payon. There he is. He is the fastest in this field with a 1:48. These athletes anxiously looking at the officials.
On your mark.
Follow-ups of this track then for these athletes to get settled in. Away we go then for the 800 metres B final. Into this top bend then, and you can see the wave light round the corner. They're aiming for a 1:48 here, and Monin is taking him out, trying to go with that wave light just ahead of Theo Demere. They're a little bit away off it at the moment. Maxime Monin is out in front, some way off that pace, just a little bit off it anyway, and he just comes over to the side there. His pacemaking duties are done. Wasn't listed as a pacemaker actually, and Payon will take it on now. And again, some way off the pace that they've asked for here, but Payon just ahead of Demere, and it's these four at the front who've built a significant advantage over the rest of the field. Payon with Demere looking to go on the outside of Payon now. He slips to his side, and Demere takes over instead. I'm not sure Payon's got a lot left here as they take the bell for the final lap of this race. And Demere being chased down here. Can he hold on to this lead. Under real pressure. Just behind him, and Demera struggling to hold on. And he's going to be overtaken just about on the line. 1:51.56 is the winning time, so they couldn't quite go with the 1:48 pace. And it is Kylian Barbron who takes the win instead. A little bit disappointing, that one from Clément Payon. It's a decent enough pedigree. But Kylian Barbron put in a real effort in that final lap to close down Théo Demera. It is a lifetime best for Barbron. See that at this point Demera was struggling. I mean, Barbron was gritting his teeth and really having to work hard, chasing down, just wanted it a little bit more at the end. Demera didn't have the dip on the line, willing the finish line to come at that point. Demera, good win from Kylian Barbron. Those are the confirmed results. Back to the pole vault then. This isn't Keith Daniel. So just seeing Trey Oates go over there. 5:63. There might be the 5:70 that he's just cleared actually for Trey Oates. So we return to see Le Villani. Now he's at 5:70. He decided to skip his final attempt and go with the raised bar. He only had one chance to clear that height, and Le Villani exits the competition. Stecchi, 5:70, failed his first attempts, and then his second. So at the moment, the athletes who are still in this, Stecchi, Oates, who's already gone clear at 5:70, and Keaton Daniel. A final coming up in the 800 metres. This is the start list, and the standout name there is Noah Kibet, the world indoor silver medalist from 2022. 1:44.98 his lifetime best, and he will be the one to beat. Ludovic Limer has a lifetime best of 1:50.64. Yenis Mezian a little bit quicker than that. 1:46.08 is his season's best and his lifetime best set this season. The European under-23 champion from a couple of years ago, so watch out for him. Got to the semi-finals of the World Championships in Budapest. Abdelati Al-Yes, 1:45.28 is his lifetime best. He was the 5th quickest in the world last year and opening his season. But then here is Noah Kibet, the world indoor silver medalist from 2022. Only reached The failed to reach the final in 2024, the World Indoors. Thomas Randolph and Marino Bludek are two to watch as well, both around the 148 mark. Youssef Benzamia, 149 runner. And just behind him is Gayor Green Vialard. And he looking to improve from a 151. So, what can Noah Kibet do? We know how fast he can run. He's already done a 147.54 this season, but the fastest in 2025 assembled here is Yanis Mezian. He's just in one of those outside lanes at the moment. See the second from the front. So lane 5, Mezian.
Behind the line, please.
Has to stand up again. Youssef Benzamia was a little bit ahead of that line there. So told to retreat. So I wonder whether we'll see a bit of a tear up between the Kenyan Noah Kibet and Yanis Median. Talented young Frenchman, just 23 years old. 4 laps of the track. Here we go. They go out hard. It's the Kibet, diminutive in stature. 2 wave lights set for this one. 145 is the green. 146.40 is the white. Those are the 2 entry standards for the World Championships and the European Championships. The 145 for the World Indoors. Ludovic Lemaire. Kibet sitting in 4th spot just behind Yanis Mezian. And the pacemaker just at the front there is right on the 145 pace, just dropping off it a little bit here. So through halfway. And Lemaire will step away. And now the racing really on. And Mezian and Kibet now, you'd fancy, will start to come into this race. Mezian sitting in 2nd spot, is going to have to go on the outside here. Past our guest, but our guest is looking pretty strong here. And it's a decent pace, this, just off that World Indoor standard at the moment, but it's our guest, and Mezian and Kibet now will start to kick. Kibet right on the shoulders of Mezian, who responds impressively, and our guest is starting to tighten up. He's grimacing already coming into the home straight. Our guest looking to hold on for the win here. He will do. Our guest will take the victory in 145.58. Good race that. A few moments where you wondered whether he would be able to hold on there, our guest, but it's a new meeting record for Abdelati, our guest. 145.57, Mezian 145.87. Well, Yanis Mezian already has the European Indoor Championships entry standard, but he's improved on that with a 145.87, and that is also a lifetime best for the young Frenchman. He's getting better and better. Noah Kibet with a season's best for him, 146.05. Made his move, Kibet, with about 150 metres or so left, but he just left it a little bit too late. Had to run wide here as well to try and give himself a shot at trying to beat Mezian. But our guest found a little bit extra on that final straight to take the win. Good race that. And this is the way it finished. Lots of lifetime best and season's best there for the top 7. All of them having a really good race, and they can all go home pretty happy with that. To the long jump. It's being led by this man, Vozidar Sariboykov. 8 meters for Sariboykov. Sariboykov, who finished third in Belgrade at the World Athletics Indoor Gold event this week with a new lifetime best indoors of 8:06. Has jumped 8 meters 22 outdoors. The young Bulgarian, another of the athletes to be watching. Finished in Belgrade in that third spot behind the winner, Tobias Mondler. He beat Miltos Tentoglu to victory and posted a new world lead as well of 8:23. So Vozidar Sariboykov is the only athlete who has cleared 8 meters so far today. Here is Samuel Kogali, 7 meters 11 for his first attempt. And the Brits looking to improve on that here. .792, Kogali's lifetime best. He's capable of a lot more than this. A little bit difficult to get a perspective as to how far it is with the camera angle and the side where the measurements are. Still waiting for Kogali's second attempt to come up on our screens as to what he managed to achieve there. He improved to 7:38, Kogali. So this is Henrik Flatnes. He didn't record a mark with his first attempt. Sariboykov leading with the 8 meters so far. It's a meeting record that actually. See in the background that the hurdles are back out again because we have our 3 heats of the men's 60-meter hurdles, and this is quite a field that has been assembled. 4 of the last 5 European indoor champions are here tonight. Well, going in lane 2 from Romania is Alin Anton. 784 this season, 770 his lifetime best.
Au coureur 1, Alin Anton, Roumanie.
We're going lane 2.
Au coureur 3, le champion d'Asie en salle en 2024
of India will go in lane 3. 765 his lifetime best set this season already. And then Enrique Llopis, the European silver medalist over the 110-meter hurdles in Rome last year. 4th at the Paris Olympics as well. 4th at the World Indoors last year as well. He was so close to getting hold of one of those big medals, but just missed out. Pascal Martineau Lagarde. 33 years old now, the former European indoor champion from 2015, outdoor champion 2018, 2019 world bronze medalist as well, has the pedigree. Shuhei Ishikawa of Japan in 6, 7:57 at his best, so he's one to watch too. And Cameron Ingo of France in lane 7. Well, Enrique Llopis had a good season last year, really, but coming fourth at both the World Indoors and the Paris Olympics. Devastating for the Spaniard. But will this instead be the year for Llopis? Just 24 years old, plenty of time. Such an impressive 2024. Looking to go better here. So Anton in 2, Chersi in 3, Llopis in 4, Martino Lagarde in 5, Ishikawa 6, Ingo in 7. And they get away first time. It's a good start from Llopis and from Martino Lagarde. Llopis now really starting to get into his stride. 7:60, and that is a decent start for Enrique Llopis. Remember, the fastest will go through to the A final, and this will be the final event of the night when they return in well, just under an hour's time. Season's best for Martino Lagarde. And those two can look forward to the final later on, you would think. It's a good start on the outside there from Chersi in terms of being out the blocks, but clipped his first hurdle straight away, and then he clattered the last two as well. Still finishing in a pretty good position, the Indian athlete, finishing third, 7:70. Considering he clattered most of the hurdles, it's pretty impressive that he managed to keep some pace throughout that race. Llopis fairly clean, rounded down to 7:59. So back to the pole vault, where we are down to just one athlete. It's this man here, Trey Oates. He's the only athlete that managed to clear 5:70, and he is trying here to go clear at 5:77. He's failed with his first attempt, the American. So it's Stechi and Keaton Daniel both bowing out of the competition at 5:63, excuse me. Trey Oates here attempting to achieve a season's best. 5:72 so far in 2025. It was less than a week ago back in Albuquerque, so remember that. Trey Oates is need to deal with a bit of jet lag here to get ready for this competition, and he's going to win it. Or can he get this mark of 5:77? Well, not yet, but he will have one more attempt. Height or it's a little bit too early into the bar there with Oates. Heat 2 then of the men's 60 meters hurdles. standout name in this one. Kevin Sanchez will go in lane 2, the Spaniards. 768 is his lifetime best. Miktat Sevler of Turkey, 774 this season. And then there's Milan Trajkovic from Cyprus, the 2019 European indoor champion. He is starting his season here, Trajkovic. Rafael Mohamed in lane 5 for France. He's achieved a lifetime best of 773 already this season. Rafael Pereira of Brazil reached the semi-finals of the Olympic Games in Paris and Tokyo. He's a Pan American Games bronze medalist. And Thomas Woods in lane 7. So, Trajkovic, what can he do here? The former European indoor champion. He's reached the last 2 World Indoor Finals. Couldn't reach the final at the Olympic Games in Paris. But as far as the semis, did Trajkovic. What sort of shape is he in? This is his first race of the season. Away they go then, and it's a good start on the outside from Pereira in the goals. Trajkovic now starting to get into his stride, and maybe will just take the victory ahead of Pereira. 7:76 at the time. So not rapid, not bad. And Trajkovic took a little while to get going in Cypriot. Remember, the A final is the last event today. The win has been given to Trajkovic, 7:75, just ahead of Pereira with his season's best for the Brazilian. Trajkovic just needed to get through this safely. Clattered the first hurdle and just clipped the second as well. Then it started to be a little bit more cleaner. Got the last one as well. So a lot to tidy up there for Trajkovic. And those are the results. Milan Trajkovic, 7:75, the winner, just ahead of Rafael Pereira. Rafael Mohamed in 3rd place. Back to the long jump then, where Wozidar Starivoyakov still leads the way with that leap of 8 meters. This is the Frenchman, Bastien Cadio. He's failed with his first 2 attempts there. You see he needs to land this one. Cadio needed to get a mark just to keep his competition going here. Well, back to the pole vault where Trey Oates has to deliver here to try and keep the competition going, or his own competition with himself anyway. 5:77, his final attempt at this height. He's already got the win wrapped up. Just has to ask the photographer to get out the way there. So here we go. Last attempt at 5:77 for Oates. And to try and achieve a season's best. Not to be though today for Oates. He'll continue his European tour from here, but he is the winner. Trey Oates winning just ahead of Claudio Stecchi, 5:63 for the Italian, and Keaton Daniel, there he is, his fellow American, who finished in third. It's a little bit behind schedule here in Miramas, around 20 minutes or so. So if you're looking at the schedule, you can knock around 20 minutes off of the times you're looking at. Maybe we'll make a little bit of time back. Confirmation of the results then from the men's pole vault, and Trey Oates winning that by a mark of 5:70. And we could join him. Third and final heat then for the men's 60 metres hurdles. And the fastest man in this field is in this race. Daniel Castilla of Spain will go in lane 2. 790 this season. Philippe Demsa in lane 3. Lewan Sina of France in lane 4. And then Jason Joseph, the European indoor gold medalist, reigning champion for the European indoors, and the 4th fastest indoors last season as well. And a bronze medal at the European Championships in Rome last year outdoors. Willem Bellossian, the European indoor champion from 2021, also lining up here. So Bellossian and Joseph, how are they going to get on here? Joseph, who's run at 7:64 this season. And this is the season opener for Willem Bellossian. Castilla in 2, Demsa 3, Sinner in 4, Joseph in 5, Bellossian in 6, and Henri in 7. So they get away first time, and Bellossian has made a pretty good start here. Bellossian racing away ahead of Joseph. 7:60 is the winning time. So that's a pretty impressive start to his season from Bellossian. He says, not time for the autographs now. I'll come back later on. I've got to focus and get myself ready for the final. The 2021 European Indoor Champion, beginning his season, he's rounded down to 7:59 as well. So there we go, all business from Bellossian. He had complete control of this race, and he even had time to wind down. Let's have a look at this again. Joseph actually clattered the first hurdle. Looks really clean from Bellossian. He got through that unscathed, but it was a little bit messy from Jason Joseph. 7:72 for the reigning indoor champion. And so those are the results. Willem Bellossian looking really good actually. 7:59. Probably got a little bit more to give as well in the final. Saindu of France in the long jump. And we're last here. We saw Bastien Cadio, who recorded a 7:57. He really needed to land something, having made 2 failures. In the background, you see the tall figure of Bozidar Saraboyokov, who's the leader with the meeting record of 8 meters. So he'll be up on the runway fairly soon, the Bulgarian. The next race then, the next races will be the women's finals of the 60-meter hurdles. And we are about over 20 minutes behind now on the schedule. So if you are looking at that in the timetable and just thinking, where's this race? It's coming up. Smith of the USA. 2 failures with his first 2 attempts. Looks like he hit the ball cleanly on that occasion. He looks a lot more happy. It's Jason Smith. Again, it's very early days in the season, and some of these athletes are shaking off the cobwebs. Smith with a 7:57. Finally, he says. Carson Valde, the Portuguese athlete, 7:88 so far tonight. He is more than capable of clearing 8 meters, is Balde. If he can, then he might just take over from Staroboykov. Big thud on the board. Now he knows he's got a little bit more to give.
Oh.
This is the lineup then for the B final of the women's 60-meter hurdles. Some of the bigger names coming up in a few moments' time. Several athletes here who are looking to make an impression, especially Solène Compère, who goes in lane 3. Megan Grandson will go in 1.
Au couloir 1, Madivina Athlétique, Megan Grandson. Au couloir 2, Daphne Georgiou, Chypre.
Daphne Georgiou go in lane 2. There is Solène Compère.
93, Solène Compère.
The only athlete in this race who has raced quicker than 8 seconds. Rovise Andresen in 4. Oceane Bourgiou in lane 5. Melissa Benfata in 6. Faustine Boyer in lane 7. And then Naomi Akakpo in lane 8.
Couloir 8, Naomi Akakpo Togo.
Et Sophie Thompson à la hauteur.
The B final then of the women's 60-meter hurdles. Grandson in 1, Georgiou 2, Compère 3, Andresen in 4, Bourgiou in 5, Benfata in 6, Boyer in 7, and Akakpo in 8. And they get away cleanly. And Compère's made a fairly good start there in lane 3, and she's leading the way, Compère. Compère now looking to streak away for victory. She gets it as well, an 8:21. Didn't have to work too hard there, Solène Compère. comfortable victory for the athlete who was the favourite going into this race as well. And she takes the win in 8:21. Compare, this is her first event of the season. We know just how good she can be. Our best regularly, a bit more often at the sub 8 seconds. And she's trying to get herself back into that shape. A good hit out at the start of this season. Those are the results from the B final. You can see just in the background there the finalists for the 60-metre hurdles, the A final that is, just getting ready, just going through their warm-ups. And then we have a couple events on the outside track, 3,000 metres, it's a women's race, and then the men's 1,500 as well. Let's go back to the men's long jump though, where Soroboyakov leads the way. Looking to improve. 7.99 for his third attempt. But 8 metres for the Bulgarian. Presentations ongoing at the moment. And these are the winners of the men's 60 metres, the men's 800 as well, and the pole vault. All the champions there, just receiving their trophies. So we're nearly ready then to get this A final underway for the women's 60-metre hurdles. Pauline Letz will go in lane 1, the French athletes.
Metropole, Pauline Letz.
Ida Beta-Bon will go in 2, had a pretty good heat. The Danish athletes. Leah Armstrong set a new meeting record in the heats with the 8 seconds. It looked like she had far more to give as well. So what can she do here, the American? Laetitia Baptiste of France in lane 4. 7:90 runner at her best. Sasha Alessandrini achieved a new lifetime best in the heats. Can she go quicker here? Yumi Tanaka also went well with a new lifetime best. Doriti Yaraji of India will go in lane 7, and then Veronica Bassana of Italy in lane 8. Now the world's indoor championship entry standard is 794. So that is what Leah Armstrong will be looking for in lane 3. Letitia Bapte already has that standard for the European Championships. 8 seconds. Letting 1, Beta Bomb in 2, Armstrong 3, Bapte 4, Alessandrini 5, Tanaka 6, Iraji in 7, Bassano in 8. And Armstrong has got away fairly well than Baude, and Armstrong actually just clipped a few, so Baude's taking control of this one, and Letitia Baude takes it in 794, and that is the standard for the world indoors as well, so job done for Letitia Baude. It's a good start from Armstrong, but it all went wrong around a third of the way into the race. We have to watch that back and see exactly what happened. But Letitia Bapte with an impressive victory. It's been rallied down to 793. So all things being well, Letitia Bapte will be heading to the World Indoors if that's what she wants in Nanjing in March. Sasha Alessandrini has dipped below 8 seconds for the first time in her career. 7.99. And she's had a fantastic meet herself, and she's just helping Pauline Lett put her bib back on her back as well. So Alessandrini has had a fantastic event here, the French woman. And Yumi Tanaka equaling her personal best with a 8 seconds 03. Watching this back from his frontal ankles, which after a massive clatter of the first hurdle and then a clip of the second. We also saw that Beta Bomb just clipped far too many and then had to pull out. And that's what it means for Bapte. So Letitia Bapte is the winner, 7.93, just ahead of Sasha Alessandrini, who achieved a new lifetime best by dipping under 8 seconds for the first time. Will go into the top 10 this year with that victory. Bapte and Alessandrini are speaking to the crowd now. Quite a long way behind the schedule here. It's about half an hour behind now. So the women's 3,000 meters is about to go off. Obviously it's not a superbly quick race, so it will be a little bit further behind as well. Saw that the athletes were just getting ready for that women's 3,000 meters, and this is the start list. Refat. Start on the outside here. And just next to her is Flavie Renoir. She's been competing more as a steeplechase runner. She was at the Paris Olympics and the World Championships in 2023 in the 3,000 metre steeplechase. We just got Erin Teshuk as well, who was competing at the World Championships in 2023. Greta Marquez, we got a glimpse of too, 11th at the Paris Olympics in the 1,500 metres. 7th at the European Indoors in 2023. Watch out for Marquez. There she is. Marquez. She is going to be one of the favourites here. So 15 laps of the track, and Marquez fairly near the front there. The wave lights around the inside of the track as well, and those have been set at 8:45 for the green wave light and 8:48 for the white. Now 8:48 is the European Indoor Championships entry standard. Marquez looking like she's in a pretty good shape at the early start of this race. Marquez, who has not raced this season yet. So we go back to the men's long jump, and Smith of the USA looking to improve on that 7:57. Looks a little bit happier with that. Just happy to stay in the competition last time out. Into the 4th round at the moment. Smith not recording a mark in his 4th attempt. And here is Heng Xu of China, who currently sits in 3rd place, 7 meters 74. Far back of Gethin Valdez, 7:88. Good power there, Xu. Difficult again to get the perspective on the just how far that was. This is the last of the field events of the day. Improvement from Heng Xu, 7:97 for the Chinese athlete. So he moves up to 2nd spot and goes ahead of this man, Gaston Baudet. Now he is capable of clearing 8 meters as Baudet. think you've done everything, Baldo. You feel it maybe on the run up. It's 3,000 metres still ongoing, and we'll bring you up to date what's going on with that as soon as we can. Around the halfway mark by now. So here's the leader of the men's long jump, Bozidar Staroboyakov, 8 metres, his best so far. In lifetime best form, having jumped 8 metres and 6 centimetres in Belgrade this week. Looking to improve on that, the imposing Bulgarian. Staroboyakov looking to improve on 8 metres. And pretty consistent when he has landed them today. 8 metres and then 1 centimetre off of it with his last attempt. Does that reaction mean he likes it or he doesn't like it? We'll find out in a moment. So hopefully give us a better perspective as to just how far he jumped here. Maybe it was a little bit over the line. It was. A red flag up for Staroboyakov. So through the 2,000 metre mark, and look at Marquez. Guido Marquez has complete control of this race. The Spaniard had a good season last year, 11th at the Olympics over the 1,500 metres. Achieved a personal best of basically 4 minutes flat, almost. And Guido Marquez looks in good shape here. She's some way off the wave lights that are being set. With no competition for the Spaniards. Marquez only has 3 more laps to go. She was pretty comfortable here, not having to exert herself too much in her first race of the year. So not much of a race, but an impressive display nonetheless so far from Marquez. He only has a couple more laps to negotiate now. Marjorie. So the entry standard for European indoors is 8:48. She's almost up with the green actually, somewhere between the two. There is Flavie Renaud. One more lap then for Guido Marquez. She's looking really good here, Marquez. Pretty much up with that wave light. She's really pushing it now, Marquez. The world lead for this year is 8:39.80. So it's not going to be that. But it's a strong, strong finish from Marquez. He finishes in just under 140, around 147. The clock stopped there. Unfortunate, just that when we needed it. But I think she dipped underneath that European indoor standard there. Really good performance in her first race of the year. Ignore the graphic that you saw there. 8:45.71 for Agueda Marquez. It's a meeting record, smashing the previous mark by Luisa Gega of 8:50. And that is also the 6th fastest time this year over the 3,000 meters for Agueda Marquez. And it's well inside the European indoor standard for the 3,000 meters too. So it just shows what a commanding display it was. All the other athletes finishing outside 9 minutes. Marquez obliterating the meeting record. The world indoor standard, incidentally, is 8:33. To the men's long jump, and Kogali has the best of 7:38. This is the penultimate jump. Again, about 25 minutes, half an hour behind schedule, so we've got another half an hour or so to run. A little bit longer than that, actually. Sean D. Thompson currently sits in there on 7th spot. Best of 7:50 so far tonight. His lifetime best is 8:22, so we know he can do a lot better than this. Next up on the track, by the way, is the men's 1500 metres final. And organisers have also assembled a pretty decent field for that too. You actually see Marquez's partner, Adrian Ben, in that race. Thompson then with his penultimate jump. It's not his night. There you can see just behind in the background of Thompson, just the shot we saw just then, the athletes assembling for the 1500 metres. And this could be good. This could be very good. This is the first half of the start list. So, lining up here, Mariano Garcia, the world indoor 800 metres champion from 2022. Adrian Ben, the reigning European indoor champion over 800 metres. A couple of 800 metre specialists stepping up here in Ben and Garcia. Here is Mariano Garcia there. He was 5th at the world indoors over the 800 metres as well, Mariano Garcia. 2nd fastest in the world so far in 2025. 3:35.87 is his personal best, set on the 10th of January. Ruben Verheiden of Belgium is also one to watch. Bronze in the mixed cross-country Europeans in 2021. He was 4th at the European Championships in Rome last year. There's Adrian Ben, just watch his partner romp to victory in the 3,000 metres. Can he do the same, Adrian Ben? Glimpse of Cathal Doyle there. So we are just about ready to go then for this men's 1,500 metres, and a couple of the 800 metre specialists testing themselves here. Could be a tear up. The penultimate discipline then on the track tonight, the last one on the outside track at least, before we focus back in for the 60 metre hurdles men's finals. So the wave lights set at 3:33.50, which is the world indoor standard. That's the green, and the white is 3:37. That's the European indoor standard. Pacemakers there as well, just at the front, looking over his shoulder, making sure that there is a physical presence setting the pace too. He's doing a pretty good job here, that pacemaker, to sit right on that pace. And there's Verheiden just behind him. Vujinovic. A personal best of 3:54, so then he'll take up responsibilities here at the front. No glimpse at the moment of the likes of Mariano Garcia. In fact, there he is, Mariano Garcia, just on the back there of Vujinovic. So Garcia looks pretty good here with 4 laps to go. That pacemaker will just step away. So Garcia is opening up a pretty decent lead here. You see Adrian Ben sitting at around 4th place there. But Garcia, who's looked in good shape throughout this season, 3:35.87. It's what he's already achieved this season, and now he's chasing the world indoor standard to try and get himself to Nanjing. And he's a little bit off the pace at the moment, and it's slipping away from Garcia. He's in a decent rhythm, and he can try and pick up the pace for the final few laps. So just 2 laps to go, and that gap between him and the rest of the field is starting to close up a bit here. It's no longer quite such a dominant lead. And Garcia looking good here. He's somewhere between the green and the white wave lights as he comes down this home straight for the penultimate time. Final lap then. Garcia is leading the way, but that lead is being eaten up here. And he's in danger, Garcia, of losing his advantage. Adrian Ben is not one of the men that's in contention. This is a fantastic run right at the end here. And Louis Guillavert takes the victory, and a popular winner in front of the home fans. Louis Guillavert winning in 3:36.25, and that is a new lifetime best for the Frenchman. The steeplechase specialist who competed at the last two Olympics has taken the victory, and in the end it just got a little bit too much for Mariano Garcia, who was definitely chasing that world indoor standard. It just kept slipping away, and he didn't end up getting second spot either. It's Alsamini who comes in for second. Season's best for him. It's a meeting record for Guillavert. For Hayden took third spot. Adrian Ben in fourth. That's a lifetime best for him over this distance, for the reigning European 800 metres champion over indoors. And Garcia fading to fifth spot in the end. Garcia looked full of intent to chase the wave. You can see him actually just checking in on the inside several times, see where he's at with the wave light, just to make sure he was up on the pace. And at one stage he was looking fairly good for that, but then really strong finish from Louis Guillavert. Garcia fading badly, Paul Anselmini taking second, and Ruben Verheiden in fourth, and Adrian Ben just behind him. Mario Garcia coming in for fifth spot. And Guillavert was able to celebrate with a punch in the air. And this is the way it finished then. 3:36.25, a new meeting record set by Louis Guillavert. Over in the men's long jump, there has been quite a change in the standings. I'll tell you that Heng Shu of China has moved into the lead with a jump of 8 meters and 12. Not that far short of his lifetime best, but he is now in the lead, and that is a new meeting record for him. And here is the winner, Louis Guillavert. Saying though. So 2 more events left then, and they are the 60-meter hurdles men's B and A finals. This is the leap from Xu, which took him into the lead. He almost overstepped his mark there and wiped out what turned out to be the new leading jump of 8 meters and 12. So he's thrown down the gauntlet to Vozidar Seraboyoikov, and they're all into their final rounds now. And that was a few moments ago. So this is Xu getting ready for his final attempt. 6 more athletes to jump. So the penultimate events of the night, the B final of the men's 60 meters hurdles. Rafael Pereira, a little bit unlucky not to make the final. Does pretty well in the heats. The fastest in the B final on paper is Shuei Ishikawa of Japan. So Rafael Pereira looks in fairly good form in the heats. Cameron Ngo of France will go in lane 1.
Au couloir 1 de l'entente Sarthe, athlétisme Cameron Ngo. Couloir 2, Philippe
Demsart in lane 2. Daniel Castilla of Spain in lane 3. There's Rafael Mohamed of France goes in 4. And the 2 fastest on paper at least. Rafael Pereira of Brazil goes in 5. Looking to improve on that 7.76 from this season. Shuei Ishikawa 7.79 this season, but he's a lot better than that in the past at least. Migat Sebler in lane 7, and then Romain Henry in lane 8. All the athletes that we thought would get through to the A final have done. So that could be a thriller in a few moments' time. But first, the B final. And this could be a pretty good race as well. Can Mohamed Pereira and Ishikawa especially do here. So Ngo in 1, Demshar in 2, Castilla in 3, Mohamed 4, Pereira in 5, Ishikawa 6, Sebler in 7, and Henry nearest to us here in lane 8. So they get away cleanly. It's a good start from Pereira in the orange bib and the black shorts, but coming back strongly was Mohamed. 7.69 is the unofficial time. It will be a photo finish between those two, you would think, both dipping, Mohamed and Pereira. Well, it's going to be a season's best time. And it's been given to Rafael Mohamed, 7.68, just ahead of Rafael Pereira. And it's a personal best for Rafael Mohamed as well. So a good night for the Frenchman. That was a good race. Mohamed came back really strongly. And third has been given to Henry, another Frenchman. Pereira looked to have control of this around halfway through the race. There's a powerful recovery though from Mohamed to take the win and just dipped at the right time. It's the torso, remember, that determines the win. And confirmation of the results. Rafael Mohamed taking the victory. Over in the long jump, there are just 3 athletes left to go. To shoot, it's his final attempt. .769 his last jump, so 8 meters 12 is the leading mark, and in fact there are just 2 left. Gerson Balde with his final go. 788 to put him in 3rd place. To abort Balde, so he will finish in 3rd as well. Now it's all comes down to Bozidar Saraboyakov, who is going to have to try and jump a lifetime best to deny Heng Shu the victory. Saraboyakov is the only man who can stop Heng Shu from taking the win. And here he goes. Oh, it looks big. He looks happy with it. It's huge. But has he got the white flag? Oh, this could be good from Saraboyakov. He likes what he sees. .8.19 and a celebration to match. Bozidar Saraboyakov has taken the victory. Oh yes, a meeting record to take the win. Well, you could just tell as soon as he leapt into the pit, he knew straight away this was special. And it's not far off that world lead set by Tobias Montlet. It will be the 2nd best jump of the year. Well, indoors, he set a new lifetime best of 8 meters and 6 centimeters in Belgrade just a few days ago, and now he's improved that to 8 meters 19. Yes, he has jumped further than that outside, 8.22. But that last jump has taken the win, and the 20-year-old Bulgarian looks a real talent. Terrific celebrations as well. Now, bit of news to come ahead of the A final of the men's 60 metres hurdles because Jason Joseph does not start this race. So the European indoor champion has had to withdraw. Look amazing in this heat, Joseph. Maybe just, hopefully, we hope, just precautionary for Joseph that it's not an injury. So Anton goes in 1. Chiese of India goes in 3. And then we get through to our various European champions and high caliber athletes. Pascal Martineau-Lagarde, indoor champion in 2015. And then Willem Bolossian, who looked the most impressive out of all these athletes in the previous round. And Bolossian, the 2021 European indoor champion. And then there's Enrico Llopis, also looked good. So unlucky last year when he placed 4th at both the Olympics and the World Indoors. Llopis looking to make up for that this season. There's some major championships to fight for. Milan Trajkovic of Cyprus is the 2019 European champion. And he goes in 7. And then Owen Sinha will go from lane 8. So this is a stacked final. It is a shame we don't have Jason Joseph, but this is still impossible to call. Would it even be any of these three that we're focusing on here? Anton in 1, Chiese in 3, Martineau-Lagarde in 4, Bolossian in 5, Llopis in 6, Trajkovic in 7, and Sinha in 8. Last events of this meeting. So away they go. And Bolossian's looking good, and so is Llopis. Llopis is going to come through. 7:55 is the time. Llopis takes the victory. It's been rounded down to 7:54. Well, it wasn't quite the tear-up we thought it might be. Bolossian looks in pretty good shape. Martineau-Lagarde faded pretty quickly. I have to look back and see this. We clattered a few of the hurdles on the way. But Enrique Llopis, we'll be hoping this is his year. Chiese of India taking 2nd, a national record for him. 7:64. Bolossian in 3rd place, 7:67. Trajkovic in 4th. Let's have a look back then. So Bolossian was quick out of the blocks. And then Llopis started to get into his rhythm. And it's that final take on the last hurdle which did it for him. Llopis did really well as well not to get too distracted by Trajkovic, who clattered a few. Actually almost just stepped into his path as well at the end there. Actually, there wasn't any issues for Martineau-Lagarde in the end in terms of hitting any hurdles, but just obviously didn't feel in the shape that he was hoping for. So Enrique Llopis, will it be his year? Confirmation then of the results of the final event of the day. Enrique Llopis taking the victory in 7:54, opening up his season with his first victory of 2025, going into the top 10 for this year as well. Just take We'll look back at some of the highlights from the evening. It's like a long time ago that Purveyor set that new world-leading jump in the triple jump. And we've got more action for you on the European Athletics website throughout the weekend. It's the Tallinn Combined Indoor Events meeting over the next few days, so you can catch up with that, and then meeting de l'Eure on Sunday. As we continue to build up to the European Athletics Indoor Championships in Apeldoorn. Mark your card, 6th to the 9th of March for that. And then the World Athletics Indoor Championships, 21st to the 23rd of March in China, in Nanjing. Just look back at some of the victories from today. This is Bapte in the women's 60 metres hurdles. We saw a pretty impressive finish in the men's 1500 metres. Louis Gilbert. With a strong final 200. And how about this from Soroboyakov? Right at the death, his final jump. And a new lifetime best, and he knew it straight away. Terrific celebration, which went with it too. That might just be the highlight of the night. Well, that brings a close to our coverage of this event, the meeting Miramas and Metropole. And remember, there is plenty more to come via European Athletics. We'll be streaming the indoor events on the build-up to the European Athletics Indoor Championships in Apeldoorn in March. But thank you for your company tonight, and goodbye for now.